are we going to get from these guys? Got a little bit of an update to the draft itself. But speaking of, let's go ahead and update with the bans. Weibo are going to ban away the Malphite, the Varus, and the Anivia. We already get the Jace and the Orianna banned by IG.
So the Anivia ban has been something. Anivia has been a champion that's been almost exclusively played against Ryze this season so far. We're touching about that, about that Ryze priority in the roaming. Azir is up, Orianna's banned. Is Ryze the priority here? It's actually the Neeko that's been left open. I still think this is probably the best support on the patch, or in my opinion, it is the best support on the patch. See what Weibo can do with it.
I like it. I like it. Not only because you have an opinion, but also because I like the pick. I think it provides so much, and Erha has exclusively been a kind of really big engaged supporter, a little bit too aggressive sometimes, but giving him a lot of tools and utility here. But the big question is, what is the 1-2 punch from IG? What do they want to go with? It's going to be a Photic new classic, I guess, at this point. He's going to go with the Yunara, and we'll see what the second pick for IG is going to be.
Well, the Zin's out early. I think you'd like to go support on 3 here for IG. You don't want to drop so that you can get a decent enough matchup into the Neeko, but you want to see a little bit more of the draft before you lock away that. So you go a strong jungler. But then the conversation becomes, what's the mid lane matchup? Here is the Ryze that I was talking about before with that Anivia ban. Makes a ton of sense. You could go 80 carry. So Elk just slams the Kai'Sa.
What did I say? If it makes it through, it's a mistake. IG, that's strike 1.
How many strikes do you get? I mean, Weibo, I love this draft. The Kai'Sa Neeko, something that was very highly prioritized last year, and then the Neeko started getting banned away every game, so we lost sight of that a little bit. The Ryze has been rising up in priority, like we were talking about, and even though the Azir is up, the Ryze is the priority with that Anivia ban. There's the Lulu, so you've got a bit more range into the Neeko, and the Kai'Sa makes that lane a little bit tougher for Weibo, but you are going to have to endure bans against Rookie.
I'm still stun locked that they just let the guy with the top 3 most kills in single games on the same champion for all 3 of them get it again. And you know what? The biggest one, the 19 kills, that was against IG. So they know. And they still let it through. Maybe they think the answer is here. Maybe they think the wild growth is enough. Maybe they think the damage profile is enough. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt, but we'll see at the end of things when the dust clears. We're already in the second phase. We see the Pantheon ban. I like that, taking away some proactive tools from Jiejie. We'll see what Weibo want to go ahead and ban away.
Yeah, Elk says, let's go for 20. Let's go for 20 kills this game. Let's get the first one.
Get closer tonight.
He is. Maybe he'll every Kai'Sa game he just gets one more and one more and one more. So again, here's the bans against Rookie, the Cassiopeia ban. I like the Pantheon ban to deny the double global, but I still think there's a ton of options in jungle, right? Wukong, Nocturne. You could go the Vi is another option as well before you get into some of the less played things. We saw the Sejuani, but I'm worried a little bit for Rookie here. He's going to have to endure another ban. There's the Vi. So what does he have? He's going to have to dig pretty deep here, something that either has range. You could just go the Azir if you're feeling really confident. Maybe the Syndra, just something that works with your comp, pairs with Zinzar quite well. But I'm still worried that Xiaohu is going to have a lot of time to roam across the map.
See, I know a typical answer, at least back when she was a little bit more meta, was Talia, but I know she's taken a pretty big hit. But that roaming possibility is always super important to keep an eye on with these 2 guys, at least. No longer the pure control mages coming here, staying in the mid lane. They want to get roaming. That final ban will be the Galio, so taking away maybe a little bit of that front line that IG would be looking for. But now in this second phase, we'll see what IG want to leave for counterpick.
Ooh, okay, so having a discussion here. What do we want? Do we want the Talia or the Syndra? The Syndra offers more range and a bit of a better pairing with Zinzao. I think the Talia is a great answer for the roaming if we do lock that in, if we swap over last second. But with the Syndra locked in, it's a much better pairing with the Zinzao. Zinzao Talia, not the best pairing. You don't get the flick back synergy with something like a Pantheon or a Vi that you get, or even a Wukong. So this is offering more range and a little bit more of that control you were talking about.
Not the biggest fan. I've been really curious at a lot of our teams, going with more squishy compositions. And here we're going to get another one. No Orianna Shockwave combo, but the Nocturne comes out nonetheless, and that side lane is going to be pretty dangerous here for IG. They will continuously look for those big picks.
Yeah, Weibo's comp is so scary here. I mean, it'll just be a tank on 5 here for IG, Silent, Cassante, maybe you know, maybe an Ornn if you really want. Galio's ban, so that's quite a nice ban there. It covers both mid and top with that. But we're looking at Nico Nocturne, something that T1 started playing early last year and before Nico had really come on. And then we've got the Rumble on top. So we've got the Rumble Nocturne synergy, which the way that that works is the Paranoia comes through and then the Equalizer goes on top. You know, everyone's, you know, disorganized. And then the Nico on top of that, Nocturne Nico, very, very scary. With Elks, Kai'Sa, and Xiaohu on the roams. I mean, IG have good damage. They have good late game. They've got Xin Zhao plus Enchanter, which is quite strong, but I'm worried they don't have enough engage to really either, you know, get onto Elk. I think that he can kind of do whatever he wants this game.
Yeah, and I gotta say, I think a lot of that weight is going to be borne by Wei. I think this team needs time. I mean, you need like that 2 or 3 items for Yunara. You obviously need some scaling for Syndra, but it's going to be a lot on how proactive Wei could be to keep his team in the game, because all that Weibo want to do is get to level 6 and find people in the side lane. You want to just try and get as much of a buffer as you can before then, so you have some control of the map.
And even then, you know, it's a big ask of IG against the Nico. I'll be talking about it a bit more in the game, but I think this champion is ridiculously strong. I think she's the best support still, even with the cannon changes. I think it's very hard to answer Nico in team fights when you're really creative.
Well, we're getting into it now. Couldn't be more sweat on the brow here, getting into the final day of the regular season. It is Weibo, who have had 2 times before to make it into the playoffs. Here's their 3rd against IG.
And everyone's excited. Got some festivities. And you mentioned sweat on the brow, Mazel. There's sweat on my brow. It is really hot right now in Australia. It is still going to be hot for a while. And it's thunderstorming too. So we've got like the double
I love
wombo combo.
Thunderstorm.
It's fun when I'm not in my room is really hot. I'm at the top of my house and it's, yeah, with my PC on, it's very hot.
Does the thunderstorm not cool it off? Are your thunderstorms not like cool?
It's a hot one.
Make it hot? Oh man, that sucks. Well, maybe I was going to try to say anything to make the action make it colder, but honestly, it's just going to get hotter. So I'm sorry, Jbetto, but
if there was an Anivia, maybe that would have helped.
But they banned it away. Weibo was
like,
no.
They banned it. No, he's got to be hot. He's got to be sweating. But that's okay, because we're still here for some awesome LPL action. The last day of Split 1. Just, you know, putting aside some tiebreaker games, this is the last official day. Yeah. Now, I like the level 1 prio here from Photic, who hits level 2 first with the Yunara Q, but Weibo will be able to push back. Heals expended on both sides. Now, this Nico champion, I have a lot to say about it. Some people really don't like it. They think it's unhealthy. Like, I know that there was a Chronicler tweet, I think, a while ago about, like, surely we're not allowing the Nico to do, like, the old Galio thing where you can flash in ult, and some people think it's fine. Some people think it's really broken. You know, the cannon change is a good one. I think that was kind of ridiculous and a little unfair, but this champion has like one of the best lanes. You have to pick something like Lulu, Karma, Bard to even contest the lane prio that this champion affords you in support. Then you've got insane vision contest, better than all of those other supports that I mentioned because of the W, and you can still do the base thing and allow it to stay there for longer. And then you've got a great lane. You've got a great, you know, vision contest, but then you've also got like one of the best, if not the best, team fighting support ults. And I think I personally like it because it rewards you being creative.
Yeah. I always love the different entrances and stuff, and especially, you know, for our cerebral supports, it's always really nice to see how they want to enter fights. I still think it's a, maybe a little bit of fight going on here in the jungle, as Jiejie was wanting to start up the scuttle, but bot lane kerfuffle will curtail that for now. Jiejie is going to be on the other side of the wall here. He's going to have to choose to run away, because if he wants to stick around, he has to go all the way back around. Photic doesn't have as much mana. Erha He's going to get traded on pretty heavily. Those void stacks starting to hit, or at least the plasma stacks. Jiejie has decided he wants to go ahead and engage on the Jwei. The fear is going to come in. I don't think this is a fight that Weibo wanted, but they're going to go for it anyways. Now Xiaohu is just going through the backline, ripping and roaring. He's found two. That's going to be a couple going to Weibo. 3-0 now to start in 1.7 thousand gold at 3.5 minutes.
And IG get nothing out of that play. They lose the scuttle. They lose every flash out of the 4 that were there. Actually, we lost 8 flashes right there. That's crazy. But Weibo with this roam from Xiaohu, the Rise pushes so fast in the lane, rotates down earlier. So I think we're looking here at how this roam happened. And we pan down here for Jiejie, who it looks like he's going to go up and just go for the other scuttle. But then Xiaohu gets in, pushes Rookie out with Jiejie. And because Jwei takes this big chunk, Xiaohu's in first. The bot lane of Weibo joins up, and
they're all together.
All goes right.
Xiaohu just has fish in a barrel. And look at these bounces.
So much damage from this Rise early. Rookie nearly gets one back. Like, that is a bit unlucky if he has any more damage there. He does trade one back, but Weibo and IG kind of flip the game there at level 4, and it goes in Weibo's favor.
I just can't believe we just saw them full commit to that early game play there. Absolute chaos. And really good heads up from Weibo. I mean, I love that Xiaohu just put himself in the middle of everybody, knowing that this is his prime moment. And even this early on with no items was able to do that much damage. And now, as we look at the kind of state of things here, Weibo have serious control over the map. And it's already a position where Xiaohu almost has Realm Warp, almost has the ability to get to these side lanes, and the game plan from Weibo just got skyrocketed.
And Jiejie looks like he got both Scuttle Crabs as well, so he's fast-tracked to level 6, which is much stronger. Equalizer in top lane, but Soboro will be fine to walk away here. Yeah, Nocturne fast-tracked to level 6. Xin Zhao's level 6, as a gank perspective, is not that great, realistically, especially compared to a Nocturne who he's already up 400 gold. He's already hit level 6. He's got the upgraded smite. Like, Jiejie is much stronger than Jwei is right now. Weibo can easily do this Drake, cancel some bases. Even if they don't do the Drake, like, this is that's really unfortunate. It's fortunate for Photic, but if Weibo had got that cancelled too, it becomes even worse. So Jiejie will take a base. They're not going to rush the dragon down with that advantage. Maybe because of the Xiaohu base, he doesn't have TP, so they're playing it a little more slowly. Want to go for some plates instead.
Some of that standing gold in Elk's pocket. But so far, so good for the Weibo ship. As, again, they only need this one win if they can get it to make it into top 4. 2 would be nice. But a first win is all they really need. And again, we talked about the game plan for Weibo now. I mean, they don't even have to wait any longer. Everything's already level 6. They can be proactive. They can move. There's Dragon on the map. There's going to be Grubs coming up in about 1:15. Do wonder which side of the map they want to put priority on, at least, with this about 2.5k gold lead as Elk gets all in. Level 6 is not acquired just yet, but it's the damage of Yunara in those early trades, and Elk will not be able to get away. The Tangle Barbs at the last second to save his ADC. Erha, the new face for Weibo.
That is a complete save, and Shadow's coming now.
You know what's going to happen. You answer strongly by Weibo, and you're going to try to get the catch here. They got the double bounce with the Void Seeker. No. Elk comes back from seemingly the grave to get the kill.
It's disaster for IG. Barely not enough damage for Photic to get that kill. Erha with a great E, the Tangle Barbs rooting up the bot lane of IG, and then Xiaohu with the roams. We've been talking about it before draft, we talked about it in draft. We want to see these mid laners get active in the fights, and so far Xiaohu has been a cut above.
We said if they are quiet, that team loses. Well, right now, one is 2-0-2, the other 0-0-0. Who is being active as Rookie tries to make his first pounce into the game. He's going to get dodged out by the
There you go. There's
clone.
the vision contest.
And yeah, exactly like you said, a little bit of that control. And now Weibo, they can close ranks so quickly. They have so much mobility in this trio that is just running around the map together.
Like, I want to highlight that even more. The reason that this is so impossible to play against this Nico champion is because of the poke in lane. If you were, you know, a Lulu, right, or a Karma, you can't do that. You can't check vision like that aggressively, right? If you're a Lux, okay, you can with E, but then you don't have the team fight. Nico has everything, and I am surprised that Weibo got one of the best mids on the patch. They got Nico, and they got this Kai'Sa for Elk. It feels like Weibo have walked away with everything they wanted to in draft, and they're playing like it too.
Draft masterclass. As we take a look at state of things, there's some pretty hefty CS differentials coming, about 20 in the jungle. Jiejie goes and starts up the grubs too. That's going to be a massive XP boost, and he's already a level over Wei. He's going to have so much XP already. He's going to be able to have that kind of springboard going to that first item as Xiaohu comes over. But even in top lane, pretty decent CS differential developing there for Zika too.
Yeah, the jungle lead started with that early skirmish down the bot side where Jiejie ended up getting both scuttles. Photic dashes forward. He actually uses his ult here, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get anything more. It is the prio for IG, so maybe they have access to the Drake, but Wei's on the top side.
He's not even here. That's going to be a tough sledding. They're just going to get back off, it looks like. We try to get back and see how much completions of the garage sale items they can get. Zika gets a little bit more golden top side. We have officially first item on the board. Maybe it was Rookie's boots, but the one I want to highlight is that hex plate already completed for Jiejie.
Yeah, Jiejie, after the double scuttle, he got that third scuttle spawn as well at the top side, so he's a ton of CS and XP ahead. He's nearly a full level over Wei, has that fully completed item now, the 3 grubs. Weibo haven't pulled the trigger aggressively yet. They're waiting for, most likely, level 6 on Erha, that's been hit. They're waiting for these first item completions everywhere. Xiaohu just bought his rower. Elk, most likely very close to the Kraken Slayer. Zika's item doesn't really matter for this conversation. Erha having his rocket belt would be nice, but Weibo, even though they're up 3,000 gold, this big XP lead in jungle, it's a full level, they haven't decided to take another aggressive team fight.
Have not, and you can see they're a little bit reserved to do so, trying to clear out some vision there, but we'll just lose that priority they gained. They'll get a back off from Wei. He's hoping to go complete his first item, but they might just do dragon. Oh, he stopped his back.
He's waiting here on this pink ward to try to find a look onto Xiaohu, but this is the thing with Rise, he's so safe because of like the innate health that he builds.
And
there is
Wei
a decent amount of damage.
Oh my god, Erha. He wanted to get the Void Seeker so he could go in with the Killer Instinct. They don't get it. The Paranoia also got burned. Jiejie himself, speaking of some of that hesitancy from Wei on that back, I mean, he still has it back, but Jiejie has started the dragon, walked away, then restarted the dragon, then walked away again. So both junglers really just don't want to give anything up.
Jiejie is up so much XP and gold right now. He's up 700. Yeah, some assists, but mostly CS. And this massive XP. It's more than a full level. Xiaohu will show that the top camps are up. So I think that Jiejie honestly could just give the Drake, run straight to the top camps. We could be very quickly looking at like a 2-level lead for a Nocturne. That's pretty crazy.
And he's going to have Erha right there with him. Xiaohu is going to be there with the distance of a Realm Warp. They will be close, and they know they need to escort him to get this gold, get this lead to continue to balloon. As now Rookie wants to go over to scout it out a little bit, but Wei is just going to forfeit that entire side of the jungle as he takes his back.
You can see that Erha is cloned as as Nocturne, walking into his bot camp. So that was on a vision too that might have convinced IG that Jiejie was actually on the bot side. Look at this XP differential in jungle. Like Jiejie is going to be able to get his bot side
level.
Camps
that is
too.
Disgusting.
He's going to be up like nearly a level and a half soon because his bot camps are spawning. Jiejie is going to clear his full top side, then his full bot side. So much XP that Jiejie has access to, and Weibo say it's one Chemtech soul. It's fine. We can give that.
The cleanse burned. Photic gets the wild growth used on him, but here comes Zika. He's not the one you'd expect to come, but from the top rope comes the top laner, and that's going to be another kill to Elk, a 3rd in a row, and he's starting to get up there.
Yeah, that was a great TP from Zika onto the ward there. The camera pan up made me think, okay, Xiaohu's here again with another great Realm Warp. No, it's the Rumble And Elk is off to another amazing start. 13 minutes in, he's already 1,000 gold up. He's 3-0-2.
That's an incredible start. Though I will say, I don't know if we're going to get up to 17, but
hey,
it's a good start, all right? And we're already on first items coming through as well. We already have the Rod of Ages there for Xiaohu. We already have the Kraken Slayer, like you're saying. We do have some item spikes on the other side for IG, though, as well, to try to match that. Loonies has been completed for Rookie, but we've talked so much about Weibo, and we're going to see even more of that Weibo play here.
I mean, the great pink ward, so that Zika knows no one is coming to stop him. TPs to the ward, IG are way too far forward. The force of the clans, Elk goes in. It's just so well played by Weibo. Every part that's moving here is pretty much perfect. You can't want any more. Back at live, though.
Pop the paranoia. Jiejie does not get the fear off. We'll have the slowdown on the way, but
he's up 2
like
levels.
A little bit gone away. Yeah, that's insane right now. 2 levels for Jiejie.
I know it's like a fake 2 levels because it just, but the stats aren't fake, right? If that fight comes
analysis.
Jiejie is 2 full numbers up, like worth of stats. He's working on his second item now, up 800 gold. Jwei is struggling in this game. He's getting ran around by Jiejie. And even if you take like a skirmish here, he's still down 2 levels. Only after the Scuttle Crab will he manage to, you know, get to level 10. But Jiejie's back in topside. He's invading again.
Thinking if Jwei is going to try to fight him out of that one, but Weibo's still willing to kind of put their hand in the cookie jar and see what happens. I will say it's not a perfect game anymore, though. Dragon did get secured by IG before, as we said, and we're getting close to quests being completely completed. The biggest sad point is that Photic still hasn't completed his, and I think that's the big one when you're looking at timing base, because it is extra gold for the ADC to come through. And hopefully he'll be completing that one here soon. But you can see both junglers still looking to see where they can be active.
I think Jwei is spending a lot of his time covering because of the paranoia, right? Because of the fact that Jiejie can be there at any moment. But because of that, Jiejie is actually not ganking. Like, look at Jwei. He is just back and forthing around the Herald, not doing anything, not farming. And Jiejie is farming. At any moment, this can happen.
Oh my god, Rookie misses the scatter of the week and pays with it for his life. That's incredibly done by Weibo, but here comes the train. Here comes the moment for IG to try to pick a fight, but they immediately turn away. The train was not for them. It was for Soboro to come see his teammates.
Like, the timing for Weibo is... It's a little lucky because Jwei, and for IG it's incredibly unlucky because Jwei is waiting on the side there for like what feels like 30 odd seconds while Jiejie is farming. The second he says, okay, I'm going to the Herald, Weibo pull the trigger and go onto Rookie in the mid lane. This is why Jwei is covering so much and why he's down so many camps, but Jiejie with his timing is just so perfect as to when he's going in and when he's actually farming or invading.
See there, first turret win percentage for Weibo, pretty high in that regard. But the thing I love about this performance from Weibo is it is just quintessential how they should play to find the best version of themselves, right? That proactivity, that movement from the mid lane, getting Xiaohu involved. Speaking of, they're going to try to get IG involved here. Rookie wants to try to find the scout of the week, trying to get a little bit of that lockdown, but doesn't do so. But that is going to be IG starting up the Dragon now.
Alright, doesn't have flash or ult, so this is a Nico down a lot of tools. But Weibo are 5.5k up.
They take Elk down a half health. That's a big TP coming in, though. It's going to be countered on the other side. He's the real tank player. Here comes the Paranoia combo onto the Equalizer. They try to get Jwei down, but Jwei keeps that Crescent Guard going. Jiejie is the one that dies first. Rookie looking to pick up some slack here, but it is Elk that is starting to fire away with this Kraken Slayer. It's going to be 4v4, both junglers down. Dragon's still up. And both teams very hesitant to move forward, but IG might have just taken the bait. They're going to look for the unstoppable onslaught onto the bot lane, but Soboro is by himself, tries to take down Zika, but now Xiaohu is going to be ripping him apart. Then Elk just killed Rookie. He will end up getting a little bit of a trade there in that mid lane fight, and it will be Photic that picks up the return kill. So it is blood and chaos across the rift, and Xiaohu finally kills Soboro.
It's very scrappy, Mazel. I think Weibo overstepped too much there. They don't have Nico Wall, they don't have Nico Flash, but Jiejie goes anyway. They trade jungle 1-for-1, but then get split up, and IG are able to get some good kills back. Elk falling down in that play is important, but IG weren't able to get the Drake. Weibo could have honestly just said, okay, we probably can't get this Drake. We probably can't win an actual fight. So let's just trade. Let's just trade kills. Elk is down to half. I can't believe that this fight looks this good for Weibo after this game state. Like, they're so split. Jiejie goes in. The equalizer on top. Flashes over the wall, which forces Soboro to flash and trade. But the fact that that Scout of the Week from Rookie doesn't hit, so Elk can get Jwei. It's a 1-for-1 right now, but they're still split up. They can't connect. So this is the part of the fight we didn't see. Rookie waits in the bush and finds Erha with the ult there. Oh, look. So flashes down from Elk, but the Pop Blossom just didn't go off. Rookie killed him before, and then Elk gets polymorphed. Unfortunate Lulu diff.
1,000 gold there, right to him, too. We see the bot lane play now as well.
Yeah, Soboro, I don't know about this one. I don't know. Maybe if he lands the unstoppable onslaught, he might be able to kill Zika, but you are just giving another kill over to Xiaohu. He does have ult, like Xiaohu has Realm Warp, so that could be, again, like a sacrifice. I'm going to die here so that Photic can get that gold.
Then you look back and Xiaohu takes a second turret in the side lane after having taken that bottom one as well. Dragon still going the way of IG in the end. Still a 5,000 gold lead for Weibo.
And they were able to get the Dragon as well.
See if they can just take down Zika here.
Wow.
100-0 under the turret.
Okay, well, Weibo is going on the other side here.
Oh my god, he knocked him back and then he just got his support killed. Rookie just killed Jwei, and that's going to be a massive avalanche in the mid lane.
I mean, IG get the second Drake. It's Infernal Soul, so they're feeling pretty good about this, but they're losing so much in the mid lane. Weibo's answer back. They quickly pull themselves together after that kind of scrappy fight around the Drake, and we're realm warping to top. We're realm warping to Baron? No, it is top.
He's got the Herald too. The charge here too. It's not going to be enough to get too much all the way down, but the Mites actually might do some work here to buy a lot of time. That's just going to be more plate gold. And you think IG are getting a play. You think IG are getting something back. But then the lead continues to balloon. 6.5 thousand gold.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. A lot of it is on Xiaohu as well. And if the new turret changes weren't in, that tier 2 probably would have fallen as well. But because there's so many people around those plates, the fewer plates, at like 1 or 2 plates left, the turret is so tanky. But that's kind of the benefit of having the Herald in this season, is that it is a little weaker because of, you know, the top side objectives just being weaker. But the fact that you can get plates without killing the full turret is super valuable in this play. I'd love to, you know, if we could watch that playback in the mid lane to see, again, that Pop Blossom in mid. We did cut into it, but Baron being on the table, being a potential threat, is worrying for IG, who are down a lot of gold. But, good news, Photic has 3 items. He's very, very strong, and with an Enchanter, with a Xin down a Scion to buy him time in the front line, I am confident that he can have quite a lot of uptime in this next upcoming fight.
Gotta say though, Xiaohu being almost 2 items above Rookie right now, that is not a place you want to be in. Elk is on 3.5 items now as well. And it's going to be Baron's start. Because why not push the mold, push the buttons, and push that moment to potentially get in that top 4. They just want to see what resources they could burn from IG.
They're trying to get Xiaohu's TP, but the market is live.
Soboro here. They're just going to take him out. The Kraken Slayer doing so much work, but they want to be careful of the rest of IG hiding in the jungle.
I'm not sure if there's a spectator bug. I didn't quite see him. Okay, there is a spectator bug. It showed that Xiaohu's... So not Xiaohu's flash, the Scion's flash and Rumble's flash went down at the same time, but they didn't flash, so still available, but the Baron also available. Here comes the TP. I think that's all they wanted. They wanted the TP out of Soboro. They get that resource out, and now for this upcoming Dragon, the side lane will be a threat. Down to TP.
You got to be careful. Crescent Guard comes out, but now Jwei has overextended himself. They do get a little bit of damage onto Elk, and Soboro is starting to at least tank up onto Jiejie. We'll use that unstoppable onslaught though to get away. Another scat of the week will go wide.
So IG, after losing the Soboro TP, want to try to get something in return.
Oh, Erha misses. The paranoia gets used and Erha dies. Oh man, that's a big pick. And IG, they're starting to weave back a little bit of strength here, and that's why I want to talk a little bit about their compositional strength, because this is a meatball comp, and while they were getting picked apart, when they are together, that's their strength.
Yeah, I think when IG are grouping there in the mid lane and Soboro is looking aggressively, they're trying to find onto Erha to get his flash and maybe his ult. And originally they don't get it, right? They have to use Zinza ult, they have to use Sion ult, and those are pretty big tools. Means that IG can't really send it aggressively, but then Erha makes a massive mistake, loses both his flash and his ult, so IG at the end of that end up getting exactly what they wanted.
The lead is still out in front of them. They have done their due diligence. They are now on soul point. They could give this dragon if they want to and buy a little bit more time, but having those first 2 dragons early will help them in the long run, as Rookie also finds a little bit of a pick on the Jiejie, gets a little bit of damage, and his spell shield out ahead of the dragon fight.
IG are actually in a really good spot here. Again, Erha no ult, no flash. Jiejie has no ult. It's coming up just now. This is the try to pull back. Weibo say, oh, we can't contest the dragon. We have to just try Baron and pull you away.
Yeah, they just want to force the tempo. They want to force the play, and they did so beautifully. I mean, IG fell straight into that one. They are going to leave Zika to get a tier 2 in top lane with no response either, and they're going to try to take the mid lane turret, but now Weibo is collapsing potentially.
Erha has ult back, so they bought enough time, Weibo did, and now their support has that crucial team fighting ult. So IG maybe just have to do the dragon, but because they're down tempo topside and they don't have great vision in the topside river either, they can't
they're too scared.
do the dragon because they're worried about this Kai'Sa Rise Rumble burn of the Baron.
All right, they're going to try to split. Are the Weibo members going to call their bluff here? Because they are without Wei, but they are going to try to pressure the Baron. The dragon getting lower and lower as we speak, but Baron has been taken. It's still taking him so long. He's not going to make it in time. The equalizer comes down. They are without Wei right now, and Zika will have to flash away. That'll be the dragon finally down, but the paranoia comes in. Jiejie finds the backline with Elk. Elk going for more kills here too. He's got 2 more. He's looking for a 3rd. Is this going to be the pop-up moment? The flash comes out. Wei looks for the kill on the Elk. Elk finally goes down. Wei is now looking to clean up on the Xiaohu. That shield is going to be big though, and the TP coming back in for Weibo. That's going to be Zika joining the fight. The scat of the week does go a little bit wide. Wei is getting burned down with the flame spitter. Can't get away from that rumble. And Soboro going to be circled around on the flank as well. And Weibo have taken everything from IG.
I think Rookie played that fight really well. I mean, scout of the week onto Nico. Another one down the bot lane there. Or sorry, down the bot side of the river. But Weibo only lose Elk. IG invest so much to taking down this 80 carry. Yes, they get Infernal Soul. That is a massive boon. But Weibo now on the Baron. They're getting a bit low, though.
All right, got to remember, the Baron is stronger now, and got to be a little careful with Rookie prowling around. Photic and Jwei coming around, but the Baron will be taken. Another scout of the week comes through. They're going to try to pick off Zika here. Can they
Chase
get
is on.
him? Realm Warp going to get them out to safety. There's the clone coming through, and that will be an exit strategy from Zika and Weibo.
I think that Erha Nico, like the minion clone, is to bait an ult coming through so that IG walk away. But I think that Weibo are late here. They're not aware. No, they are aware. The dragon's on a ward. I'm surprised that Weibo don't send this earlier. They wait until Wei can path up. Elk gets a double kill, flashes away. It's so well played, but it's just not enough. Elk does so much damage, and Rookie does really well providing space for his team. The scout of the weeks are good. There's another one there onto Erha. But Rookie by himself, despite him playing really well, can't do enough on this Syndra. Now, Elk actually got to respawn after that, so it's 5 members with Baron. I mean, Elk's on 10 kills. He needs 10 more to break his record.
Absolutely insane. And you know, if you're liking some of this combination, Shiva, if you don't mind, we can go ahead and bring up that L3 unless Elk gets just picked. You're okay, he's not. We'll bring up that L3 now to go ahead and get your all-pro votes in potentially for Elk, as he is having a masterclass once again on the Kai'Sa. You can see backing up some of those numbers that we represented him with.
I don't know if you believe in curses, Mazel, but that was almost a really bad one. Like, he's 10-2. We're talking about his kills. You say, bring up the All-Pro, and as you say, All-Pro, he mind controls in to nearly die. My goodness. But yeah, look at these stats. I mean, first in kill participation, second in gold per minute, fourth in KDA. This player, and this is on a team that is not first, that is not second, is currently not third. So, doing so much for his team, a lot on the back of this Kai'Sa. They are down Infernal Soul point, but they do have Baron and a 8.5. 1,000 gold in Mazel. These Baron cannons are doing a lot to the tower. Erha, no one is getting, no one's getting fooled by that cannon. Equalizer down.
What if I get fooled by the cannon? I don't know. What happens? But I know what happens in about 1 minute and 40 seconds, and that's another dragon, and that would be Soul for IG. So Weibo need to find a way to stop this. I think an Infernal Soul on this comp is going to feel real good to try to fight back this 9k lead, even if it is so substantial. Ooh. And a big completion here, the GA completed for Photic, so he can play super aggressive on this Yunara.
This 80 carry build, we've actually seen this matchup a couple of times, the Kai'Sa versus Yunara, and this new Kai'Sa build is kind of all the heat right now. I know that there was a lot of... Oh, hold on.
Oh, whoa, wait. Here's the whole health bar just gets taken from him in the matter of seconds, and that's ahead of the dragon. He's not going to be up for the fight. He's going to be up 15 seconds after the dragon spawns, or at least right before the dragon spawns, but they're not going to have any position around that.
Yeah, and Weibo will be able to walk in here and get some more plates. They won't be able to get this turret. Remember, the plates are super tanky, so they'd have to go for the kills and really push IG away if they actually want to kill the turret. But it's just about keeping IG on vision in their base, right? We're going, though.
Okay, they're just going with the paranoia. Elk wanting to walk down, but he doesn't have killer instinct just yet. They do get Soboro, but he's going to go zombie mode and do some good damage over to Weibo. And Xiaohu's tanking the turret, but he should be fine with that shield coming through for him, and the turret will finally fall.
Very nice fight from Weibo. Again, they had to go for the fight before they went for the turret because of how tanky the plates are when they get lower and lower, and when there's a ton of members around attacking the turret. But TP in from Rookie here. IG, I don't know if you need necessarily to fight this. You've got 3 Drakes. You can give this up, but IG don't want to.
Okay, they don't want to, and that's the case here. They're going to move forward, but Elk's on a little bit of an island here, and needs to get back with the team. They're going to start up the Infernal.
Elk is by himself here, tanking it up. This is kind of leashing it for IG. Without there's a TP behind as well.
They're going to find the angle. He's got the GAs playing super safe. Xiaohu goes for the flash play, and Elk goes onto the back line. He's looking to complete his quadra of the top kills in the game. He finally goes down, but it is the rest of IG who will fall right alongside him. A double kill comes through to Xiaohu, and Weibo look to end the game, look to make it to that top 4 and lock in playoffs with one final push.
Soboro might need to just sacrifice himself for the wave. There's this one and maybe the next one. If he can get it, I don't know if Weibo can end. Remember, the turrets are so tanky this season. They can get the inhibitor. Will they push? It's a pretty big wave, but Soboro playing aggressively, so they can't end just yet. They're going to have to go back. This gives IG more time to find something, Mazel, but that something, unfortunately, is against a 12,500 gold lead. This is one of the biggest gold leads we've seen so far in the LPL in Group of Sand, and they're down Infernal Soul Point. So IG have position around the Drake, but the paranoia goes in. Zika is TPing behind on the Rumble, and then Elk goes in, and even though he does die, Elk alongside Xiaohu do so much damage. The Pop Blossom is definitely something, but the TP behind from Zika is great as well. Weibo have stumbled around the Drakes. You know, IG have Soul Point, but these team fights have been really good from Weibo.
They really have been, and I'm not going to lie, 3 kills away from Elk having the top 4 kills performances in the entire split. He needs to pass 15 kills, and with the way things are going, I think Weibo will easily secure that. Near their 100th matchup, if not their 100th matchup as well. Xiaohu and Rookie trying to go toe-to-toe, but Xiaohu has had the better hand of it now. But now, Weibo looking to force the Baron from IG and force the tempo.
You have to do something because Weibo is not getting Soul. It's too far away. It's too long. It's just about denying that. But if Weibo could get this Baron, look at Erha. He is a wolf sneaking around. He's been spotted, though.
It's the
fake.
They're going to burn it with the paranoia. The Baron's gone. Erha looking for the angle. Gets stopped, but here comes the paranoia on the back line anyways. Jiejie going to be in a lot of trouble, and here comes Photic with his transcend oneself, but they lose Soboro. That's the front line. They immediately back away. It'll be Baron and a kill to Weibo.
Rookie again. He just saves his team there from the instant defeat. with the scout of the week away, pushing Erha away with his engage. No flash from Erha means that he can't, potentially flash over a wall or flash over the scout of the week and land onto the full team. But Rookie does keep his team alive, but it is a 13,000 gold lead, and Weibo have Baron on 5 people. And one of those people is Xiaohu, who is 6-0 and 11, and the other one is Elk, who is 13 kills on his Kai'Sa. He needs, 5 would give him 18, so he wouldn't be able to break his record, but he would tie his second best, but he would need a pentakill.
Yeah. And the thing is, you have to remember, we've seen this before. The highest kills in a game for the entire split so far is 19 kills by Elk against IG the first time these two teams met. And IG fell into the trap again. And you see what happens as Elk does his work. He's almost full build now, 13 kills. And the entirety of Weibo have shown up right when they needed to. Be damned, a 2-loss streak. When they have their one opportunity, they're going to take it. And now they need to try to find a way to finish the game.
This one game for Weibo here, if they win, will lock them 4th so that they are guaranteed into playoffs. They are guaranteed into Group Ascend for Split 2. They just have to break the Nexus.
Gonna try to siege in now. Jiejie waiting on the side with his paranoia. He's gonna pop it. Crescent Guard's already been popped through though, and they have not taken any health bars from the main members of Weibo. Elk about half health now, but he should be fine. That will be the tempo play that Weibo are trying to pull. Not going to be successful. Zika goes golden into the Power Unleashed, and that's going to be a big cooldown down for Rookie.
And sieging is just so hard in 2026. With 4 people there, the turret is so tanky that even with Baron, you cannot break it. Weibo are not confident in their ability to dive. If they do all die, you give over so many shutdowns, you might lose the game there on your own. So Weibo play it slow and steady. It is a minute until the dragon. This is the strength of Soul Point. IG have another chance to get Infernal Soul. The problem, they're down 13k.
And Jiejie just completed a Serpent's Fang. So, all that shielding that was really nice to have, not going to be there any longer. But I do want to talk, because we haven't gotten to talk too much, because it's been fully Weibo one-sided. But how do IG even approach this next fight? How do you want to see them fight?
I think Rookie has done an exceptional job of team fighting so far, knocking away the engage from Erha. If he can do the same in this fight when Erha has flash, that's a big ask though. If he can do something similar onto Jiejie if he goes in, I think Photic has enough damage, right? He's got a nearly full build, nearly 7 slots. He's working on what looks like maybe a BT here at the end, which would allow for a bit of sustain and a bunch of more AD, but he's got most of the build finished. He's not that far off from Elk. Even though this gold lead is massive, Photic is nearly full build. That is crucial to this fight, right? You've got jungle 3 items with GA. That's basically full build. So IG say, okay, we're going to make you end. We're going to give this Drake. The problem is, for Weibo, they have to end on the Barons. And the Baron sieges haven't been great. They're very hard to do this season. So IG have, another 10 minutes now to get gold before Weibo can theoretically threaten an Infernal Soul. That's probably where IG will say, okay, enough is enough. We might be waiting 10 more minutes, Mazel, for that to happen. Unless Weibo can do something to break the game open.
I do like this reservation from IG, though, knowing they are still scaling. Their scaling is insane with the Scion and this Syndra as well. So they're just saying, let's opt in. Let's get Rookie 4 items, get that Rabadon's potentially. Is it going to be enough time? The question does remain. We'll see in about a minute and a half how that next Baron fight goes. Weibo continuously poking, continuously prodding, trying to find a crack in the armor of IG.
Where will that crack be? Maybe a pick on Soboro, maybe a pick onto Jwei. Photic has GA, so does Jwei. Rookie has that Phantom Veil, the black shield that will help him against the engage from anyone from Erha, from Jiejie, maybe a root from Xiaohu, a Void Seeker from Elk, something that might catch on to him. And even though Rookie is much further behind in the mid lane matchup, the items are relatively the same. It's mostly 80 carries with that extra gold generation. Weibo with priority around this Baron, but
I
actually feel confident.
Here. Yeah, I mean, they're just stepping up right there, but Paranoia with Erha on the flank. Is he finally going to get stopped? Soboro tries to get out, but dies instantaneously. Erha with the 3-man as Elk comes over the top, and Weibo have sealed the deal. The power unleashed is not enough. Rookie is not enough, but Weibo is, as they take down Jwei one final time, all 5 strong to bring an end to this quest.
And that will be it. Unless a miraculous defense from the 2 carries from IG can do something, Erha finally hits a massive pop blossom. This champion is incredibly strong, trying to get the wave, but 1 minion is in. They have a cannon. No wave here. There is another one coming in, but they're going for the kills.
Rookie's trying to hold on like Spider-Man, but he cannot. The minions are gone, and Weibo, they're going to wait for this next wave. Can
IG
they
gonna respawn?
They
have to use this wave.
They've had 2 opportunities to land this one, to sink this one in with a series win, and finally here they go. Elk goes back onto the back line. He is going to try to find more kills, but I don't think he's going to be able to. Jiejie has been popped. Now it's onto the Nexus turrets, but Elk goes down. Photic going wild, and that's a triple kill for Photic to defend the base. Now Xiaohu is going to die as well. Xiaohu trying to get a little bit of damage back, but he should go down slowly but surely, and the defense stands.
They can't end, Mazel. IG's carries are still alive, and they only have 1 wave before IG respawns. The towers are too tanky in this season to end without everything, without the Soul, without the Baron, without 5 dead. And IG...
Baron's up?
They don't even the gold 1 bit at all, even despite Photic getting a triple kill, but they hold on. It's more time for IG to potentially get an Infernal Soul. IG get the Baron as well, and I've said this a few times on broadcast. I'm going to say it again. Gold in this season feels fake because there is so much damage, because everybody actually holds gold. Remember, Photic is full build right now. He is 7 items. He actually sold his GA because it went down, I believe. So he's working on another item when this graphic comes out. What does he have? He has a QSS, so no more. He is full build. Just as strong as Elk. The gold is irrelevant in bot. It doesn't matter at all. Most of this gold lead now is becoming irrelevant. I mean, Rise 6 items is pretty strong, but he's nearly there. Rookie is getting there as well. You know, he has some pieces, but when the Rabadon's is finished, maybe Azonya's is finished as well. That's pretty much full build for IG as well. So despite 10,000 gold, 50 seconds on this Infernal Soul, IG have Baron. The conversation has just completely flipped.
They have indeed, and IG just continues to fight, continues to grit their teeth in this one, as you'd think that they would be done. You think Weibo would be able to finish, but they have not been able to. Now another fight for the Dragon comes through, but Baron pushing can be there. I'm just going to say hindsight 2020, Elk should have gone for the turrets if Weibo wanted to win. Obviously they didn't. So, you know, we're here. And now we're at a point where IG can completely turn the tempo of this game back in their favor.
This does give more chances for Elk to break his kill record, though. So maybe this was all the plan all along. It's just Elk wants more kills. But has that bitten him in the foot? Photic.
He wanted Elk. There's the unstoppable onslaught on the Xiaohu. He's going to hit the wall there, though. Won't be able to find too much. I like the forward advance from Photic. Try to get a little bit of pressure with this Baron wave.
IG have full control here. Look at that pink ward, though. There is a TP ward, but nobody has TP. Zika doesn't have TP yet, but at least there is some vision around for Weibo as IG started up the Drake. There's a ward in the pit too, so Weibo will know that this is being done. They can see the HP, but it's burning fast.
Rookie's on the side, goes for a scattered weak. He hits on the Jiejie. Now they're going to go straight for Rookie. Rookie getting low, but he's still fine. He got the wild growth on him, and now Jiejie is down. The Dragon is the focus. Zika wants to try to turn and kill it. Elk finds the kill in the back line. At least he tries to take a little bit more. He goes golden, but it will not buy him enough time. Big picks from IG, but they've lost their front line. They've lost the Dragon. Now a third for Weibo, and Weibo will escape. The game goes on.
This game is becoming quite exciting, Mazel. Still 3 members with Baron. Now Photic pushing in the mid lane. Jwei a little bit caught out here, not with his team. But again, these towers, they're so tanky. This is the thing. You kind of want to be sieging with just one person pushing the wave in so that the towers aren't that tanky. This is the first like real turret siege we've seen go well. And it's IG pushing in. They'll trade the mid inhibitor back. Like,
You got to do something, Weibo.
I mean, Zika has equalizer. I don't think they can do
coming
this.
Down in 2 seconds. This could be one of those rubber band situations. Photic is saying, no, not today. He's doing so much damage, but he can take a turret shot. Erha looking for a little bit of an angle, waiting for these respawns, and here comes Jiejie. He has Paranoia. Photic might have overextended. Paranoia coming in. The big Pop Blossom too. Photic going a little bit of the distance. He's still got his damage. He's still pumping, but Jiejie comes and takes him down, but the fight continues. It's still going the way of IG for now. They've got Rookie back in the fight, but here comes Elk. Elk is the big man on campus right now. Soboro going to try to tank him up, going to try to flash, going to try to pounce on him, but Elk goes for the killer instinct, and Elk is still free firing. Meanwhile, Jwei tries to go for Erha. He gets a little scatter the weak onto him, but they don't have enough damage to follow it up. IG are stuck in the base of Weibo, and Weibo will claim their souls. He's going to go for the Wellmort play on the Rookie. Rookie going to flash away, but Soboro will be that next target for Weibo.
I mean, there's super waves pushing in favor of IG. Rookie's been found. No kill instinct, so Elk cannot chase that kill, but it'll deny the base from Rookie, and Erha will chase.
Erha going to try to bait out Rookie, stop his back, but it's Jiejie turning over.
They can't end.
Potentially get the kill. He's got the Paranoia up. He's going to pop it. Rookie doesn't have much, doesn't have the scatter of the week, and will be smoked down. The Teemo phase comes up. Is this finally a Jbetto?
Can they end? 6 seconds on Photic. He has ult available, but no one else is around. Photic would have to go massive. This might be it.
This is it, Photic. You got to stand tall, you got to stand strong, but he gets locked down by the Rune Prison. Immediately, GA pop. Weibo, they have done it. Finally, after all this time, consistently inconsistent, but they still make the top 4 and group ascend for Split 2.
Mazel, before we went live, I said to you, 19 kills, 18 kills, 17 kills. Elk just hit a 16 kill Kai'Sa game, so he's collecting all the numbers. He has all of them. And Weibo, despite a hard 45-minute game, will win. But that just shows you how tough it can be to end the game in this season.
What a crazy game. The back and forth, man. But it's IG's comp. I mean, that was what they drafted for. To meatball. To try to not be picked apart. And they were winning fights at a 13,000 gold deficit, Jbetto. I think you're right. Gold is a fraud.
There's a lot of damage in the game because the minion waves are fast. Even though you're down gold, you have enough damage to one-shot. In consistent fights, in long fights, Weibo have more damage, but when Elk's getting one-shot, when Xiaohu's getting one-shot, when both junglers are getting one-shot out of nowhere, the objectives are kind of getting flipped all over the place. Weibo, a down soul point for majority of that game. It wasn't a clean look from Weibo. Remember, if Weibo can get a 2-0 here, they will lock in 3rd seed away from JDG going into our playoffs. But they did lock in playoffs. They are in group ascent for Split 2. Congratulations, Weibo. Well done. But I think IG can take a game off Weibo here. Maybe even potentially look at 2 games. I know that's a tall ask. The early game for IG was very rough. But I think that the team fights from IG weren't looking too bad. Rookie seems on. I just think that you can't be down that much gold. You're given like 3 chances at Soul and none of them pay off. I think IG were this close from making like a full comeback in that game.
Yeah, hey, it feels bad. I think it feels even worse to lose a game like that because you feel yourself coming back into it. So I do really wonder what that kind of morale is going to be looking like for the second game for IG, or if they're really just thinking about Knight's Road down the road. But man, I couldn't have asked for more for the first game of the last day of the regular season, and for such an important series for Weibo to, have to work for it a little bit.
All right, Jbetto, Mazel, Melvin Grapes, 6-game day. All right, 6-game night.
6-game day, baby. 6-game day. I'm here. We're
starting off pretty good.
I'm just still like mind blown that Elk has the top 4 most kills in a game for the split. Like, I feel like that's unheard of. I've been casting LPL for a long time. Usually it's spread through everybody. To have all 4 of the top 4 all on Kai'Sa, stop giving him this champion. Yeah. Stop.
I don't know how do they get Rumble? That's really strong. Then they get like Rise, which is really, really strong. Then they get Kai'Sa Nico, and they also get the Nocturne Nico combo, the Nocturne Rumble combo. That comp was insane from Weibo. I think that IG did a really good job pulling it back again. Rookie had a ton of great fights there, denying Erha access to his team. I think that IG should feel good about that game. Again, that they need to be relaxed. This game for them doesn't really mean a whole lot. You know, you could argue, oh, well, if they do make it to playoffs, you know, well, standings there, who they play against eventually, but it really doesn't matter. IG are relaxed, and they look kind of like they're playing comfortably.
Yeah, I think that's the scariest thing, and I think a lot of this changes based on the comp, and I'm not gonna lie, the Nocturne did not do it for me, but the essence of this comp, the strategy behind it with that early proactivity and moving onto side lanes so quickly, that's gotta be in game 2 again for Weibo, and that's the type of strategy I'm looking forward to seeing them kind of harmonize with and continue to push.
MVP, though. I mean, that's a crazy game to pick an MVP. Like, maybe it's... Let's have a look at these damage guys. I mean, Elk did so much damage. It could be Elk. It could be Xiaohu. The gold graph wasn't as crazy as it could have been. The objectives look hilarious. Love that. But
got up to a 15,000
Elk.
gold lead. Jesus. I think Xiaohu could argue, but I don't know, man.
He was like Sleeper really popping off in that game. A lot of the realm ups are great. Going and finding roots.
That first fight where he flashes into 4 people just to get the AoE damage up, and we won't even see it because the game was so long.
Yeah, how do you pick highlights for this match? There were so many fights. I will say, I was a little worried coming into this year. We had so many objective fights last year because of Atakan and Feats of Warfare and Grubs and Herald, and we want to fight over everything. And there was a conversation about objective fatigue coming in, and oh, okay. And I was worried that with the removal of Atakan, with the slowing down of the game pace, the potential slowing down of the game pace, we were not going to see this. But if anything, it's gotten worse. Like, I say better. There's just more fights. We are fighting all the time over every dragon because that's what matters. And the teamfight mechanics are so high tier. We are in, one of the best regions in the world. At times have been the best, but we need to get back there, okay? Team fighting looks very important this season, and I think our LPL teams are really good at it.
Yeah, I can see sometimes we get the edge in those team fights. It's consistency that bothers me, but hey, we'll see what happens. But again, congratulations to Weibo. I think it's a big moment. We'll see who gets the MVP after these highlights go through, but I'm just wondering, honestly, what happens with the rest of the series, because a 2-0 is important for Weibo. So I don't think they're slowing down. I don't think they're going to try to wax off a little bit, but I do wonder for IG if they're going to try anything crazy, if we get the Anivia actually come through, if Weibo ban it away, or what their approach is really going to be for a final game of a season that's been a tough one for one of the known names in the scene of the LPL.
I mean, there are so many things down in draft. Like, no Rumble, no Nico, no Kai'Sa, no Yunara, no Ryze. A ton of those are like first pickable, so all of them are gone. You don't have to ban them away. I think that the bans are going to get pretty crazy, especially if this series does go to 3. There's a lot already taken off. A lot of those like very standard bans that we've been seeing teams go kind of locked in have been let through in this game. So I mean, the last cast I did was Nefiri Virus top, which was insane. So we could try to, one-up that. But, yeah, looking for a 2-0 here for Weibo is important for their seeding standings. And they're definitely not going to be happy with the way that game ended. They will be happy that they locked in playoffs, obviously. But, yeah, the fact that it took them so long to get to, and the fact that it looked so rough for them is something to go, okay, guys, we need to be a little bit more clean on our sieges. Our Baron macro wasn't great. We gave over a ton of dragons and made the game a lot harder for ourselves than it needed to be.
Indeed, but looking forward to seeing who gets that one here. If the Elk Kai'Sa show continues to pick up MVPs, I think at the end we'll have to see how many he gets. But it's going to be really interesting as we'll see exactly how they get on. I think it's always also so interesting for Elk in terms of the journey he's been on, the high highs that he's had on BLG, but it's still so off-putting for me to see him in a Weibo jersey.
Okay.
It's not him this time, which is fine, but Xiaohu gets MVP. I think we all know that Elk should maybe get it, at least in my opinion.
I think there are some games where I'm like, man, mid lane, like, boom, boom, damage MVP, wow. But this is one where it's like, okay, I'd like to see the votes. I'm sure there are some for Elk, but Xiaohu not doing like a ton of damage. He has a great KDA here, but providing a lot for his team. The Realm Warp, like you mentioned, the Realm Warps and that early flash in, doing some big work for his team, means that he's going to earn the MVP for this game. But, Mazel, we've still got a potential of 2 more coming up.
We do indeed. I couldn't be more excited to get to that. We will see you for Game 2 of Weibo versus IG.